Hello everybody, it's Bobby4041. Today I'm going to do a video about my model horse pet peeves, so please don't be offended because I'm not specifically picking one person out. My first model horse pet peeve is not researching your breeds. And by this, I mean people who are too lazy to look up breeds for themselves and they have to ask other people what they should show their models as. I understand that some models can be very difficult to find a breed for, and that's perfectly fine, and I understand that. But if you have a model that's a fairly well-known regular run of Breyer or Stone or whatever, and there's a breed that a lot of people usually use for it, or breeds that you can easily find, it just annoys when people ask and don't do it themselves. And I can say from experience that when you find a breed yourself and reference a breed yourself and your model does well under that breed, it feels a lot better versus getting help from other people. My second pet peeve is switching genders. This really bothers me because you should be able to look at a model and tell what gender it is. I've picked out these three to show the three different genders on one mold. This is a mare, and you can tell that because she has nothing down there. There's no stallion parts at all. This is a stallion, and you can tell that because he has the sheath and the testicles. And this is a gelding. You can see he has no testicles or anything, just the sheath. And if you're showing a model, you definitely need to get that right because it can sometimes be the difference between you placing and being out of the ribbons. My third model horse pet peeve is reference photos that don't look like the model. I've seen this in live shows and photo shows. When you're doing a reference for a model, the information and the pictures should match the model, whether it's in color or in conformation. So when it does not, that just makes you look bad. My fourth model horse pet peeve is the overpricing and underpricing of models. I've seen people sell regular runs or models that aren't that rare for a lot of money. I used to have two glossy Highland ponies and I sold them for $350 or $375, I can't quite remember, each. And you might think, oh my gosh, they're one of 30, that's really low for a horse that's one of 30. But it's not, because they aren't on a popular mold. If I had tried to sell that horse for like between $500 and $800, it would have been way too expensive because the gloss wasn't that great and they had some flaws and I just didn't think that that was fair. But that's a thing of overpricing, is that if I had done that, it would have been overpricing the value and the worth of the model. I also dislike when people underprice their models. So say I was selling that guy and then someone said, hey, would you take $100 for this horse? Like, this model is worth more than that and priced more than that, so no, I would not. Do your research, know what you should offer and what is a good price for a model, and don't over or underpay for one. Obvious incorrect breed assignments bother me. When you have an obvious incorrect breed assignment, it just means that you haven't done your research and it just really makes you look bad. Whether it's photo showing or live showing, you need to do your research, you need to study your breed, you need to study what is and isn't allowed in a certain breed, and you just need to do all the homework, guys, because it will pay off. The people who have been to one show and think they know everything, so the know-it-all type of people, is just a normal know-it-all, bothers people, so model horseman is going to too. References for common breeds is a big one. I was shadowing a judge about 2 weeks ago at a show, and there's so many references for thoroughbred foals. Guys, I know what a thoroughbred foal is. I don't need reference information on that. There were references for quarter horses, there were references for Tennessee walking horses. Those are common breeds. Those are breeds that just about every single live show judge is going to know and recognize, and they don't need extra information about that breed unless it's a weird color, and you need to document the color. Keep your references to rare colors and breeds, and that will do you a lot of good. People who say the model horses are only toys. Model horses can be toys. There are younger children out there who play with them and have barns for them, and that's fine. I totally understand that. But when you take models like this, specifically the two on the right, they're both worth over $100. It's a collectible, and it's no longer a toy. I don't play with these guys. I don't do anything. They're on the shelves all the time. They're collectibles and not toys. And there's just some people out there who don't understand that. The belief that only kids collect and show model horses, that's not true. It's false. Yes, a large majority of us are teenagers and young children, especially the people who are on social media and on YouTube, but there are older people out there who do still collect and show model horses. A lot of my region is people that are over than 20, some of them even over 40, and they still show and they still collect, and it's great being able to talk with those people, and I have a lot of admiration for those people. Tire kickers and bad sellers. So people who tire kick are people who either you're selling a model and they contact you and then they never get back to you, or you're trying to buy a model from someone and the transaction is just really bad. Bad sellers applies to that as well. Just people who sell you the model at a price that shouldn't be sold at. They sell you the model and then you get the model and it has tons of scratches and tons of issues. They don't pack the model well enough. People who do things like that bother me. Throwing models around when you're on video or videotaping your models. This is specifically for people pretty much on YouTube. When you're talking about a model and you're just talking, and as you're talking you're just waving the horse around and like hitting other horses and just waving it around. That bothers me because they shouldn't be put into any situations where they can be scratched and they can be hurt. So that bothers me just from a shower standpoint. And dominoes also bother me. It's not by any fault of a person because nobody wants their models to intentionally domino. It's just that when it happens, it's scary, especially when you're at a model horse show and you hear that. Oh, I can't. I get a heart attack like every time. Quality control of Breyer. We've all had this pet peeve, I'm pretty sure. Just all the rubs and all the issues that Breyer models come. Peter Stone has their own issues that kind of a lot of people don't really realize. A lot of the customizations on their models are anatomically incorrect and actually hurt the models in the show ring, and some of the patterns that they and Breyer both produce are wrong and incorrect and unrealistic. An example of Breyer's really bad quality control was I went to Breyerfest 2012 and I won a glossy Padre. And they only glossed 4 of these models, and the one that I got had flaws. Like, you only glossed 4, Breyer. Why couldn't you get it right? Another one is wasting a resin on a bad or novice paint job. I really hate to see that because resins go for hundreds of dollars unpainted. So just when I see a resin that is kind of ruined because the paint job on it is not up to par, it really bothers me. Mixing up mold names. An example of this would be like the Breyer Smarty Jones mold and someone saying that that's the Secretariat mold. It's not. It's the Smarty Jones because Smarty Jones was the first model produced in the mold, and that's how it always works. A mold is named after the model that it is first produced in the mold. And then my last monohorse pet peeve is regular runs as Grails, and I understand that some people do have regular runs that they really, really want. I just don't see how a regular run can really be a Grail because a Grail is supposed to be a model that's really hard to obtain. So like a one-of-a-kind Peter Stone, a one-of-a-kind Breyer, a Breyer Connoisseur, or a Breyer limited run that's even less than that. Those are Grails. I don't really see how a regular run should be a Grail because usually they're fairly easy to obtain. And that's not the definition of what a Grail should be. So those are my monohorse pet peeves. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video and agree with me on most of these. Please subscribe, rate, and comment. I really enjoy seeing all the comments and seeing all the subscribers that I've gained. And I'm really proud to say that I have as many subscribers as I have. And you all mean a lot to me. So thank you so much for taking that time to hit that button. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!